Stop me if you've heard this joke before. The 1970s called and they want their star filters back. Alright, that was a bad joke. But the star filter is not a very popular filter these days. You do not see a lot of people using them for photos or videos. A lot of times you can add star lights or flares in post-production. But I had a project where I wanted to try out the star filter in an indoor shoot, using a light wall that I created as a backdrop. So let's take a look. But first... Hi everyone and welcome to the show within the show. As you can see, Red Arrow Media presents Fun with Filters. One second. Are you sure we're recording? I don't see the red light. Yeah? Okay. You didn't double click? No? Good job as always. I guess we're recording. Fantastic. As I was talking about, we're doing fun with filters today. I don't really like my artwork, so we're going to change that up a bit. You know what? Actually, that was a bad move because I don't have a pen. I don't have a marker, one of those whiteboard markers. Ooh, sorry guys, my bad. I ran out of whiteboard markers. But with the magic of video, there you go. That looks a lot better. Anyways, we're talking about star filters and how they can help your photos and your video. Of course, most of the time you're going to take a star filter and put it on your camera for night photography or shooting at night. When you have street lamps, neon signs, Christmas lights, they really pop and give that a cool effect on all the little lights. You get the little crosses, the little star effects on all those lights. Very cool. But you can also use them indoors if you have the proper lighting. So we're going to take a look today on how to use a star filter and whether or not it actually helps your video or does it distract from your video. Because sometimes when you have all those star filters all over the place, it can be a little distracting. Let's take a look. Okay, now as you can see, we changed up our shot just a bit. You can see the lights behind me. That is a homemade light wall that I created for some shoots at work and for some of my personal videos. Something I wanted to do for a while, and anyways, took me a while to do because I'm not very handy. I'm not good with hammering a nail. And that thing was simple, but of course, it took me some time to do. No problem. Anyways, we're talking about star filters right now. And as you can see right now, we have a 4-point star filter on the lights. It looks pretty decent. If you look carefully, there's a little bit of star light coming kind of over my shoulder a bit. It's not too bad. I think it's usable, I guess. I think one of the big things I often worry about is if it's going to be too distracting to the viewer when you have a whole bunch of things going on in the background. I don't think it's too bad. We will also look at it, what it looks like with it off, and you can decide which one you prefer. Now you can see we changed it up a bit. There's no star filter on there at all. No filter, absolutely no filter at all right now. No ND, nothing. It's just a simple straight shot with the lens. You can see the bulbs, they're out of focus because we're working with some depth of field, and that's what we want. Funny story, I actually tried a bigger lens on this camera, and the bulbs were so out of focus that it almost looked like it was green screened. So I changed it up and I left it like this. The reason I went with these bulbs specifically is because there's a very slight vintage look to them. Kind of like a wired, you know, those old bulbs that have a wire. So that's what I went with there. And yeah, I think it kind of works. It gives it a little bit of glow around them, but you can still tell that they're bulbs. Anyway, so this is without any star filter. And you already saw what it looked like with a 4-point star filter. So let's go on to the next one. Okay, so now we have the 6-point star filter on the camera. As you can see, it's still giving us that star look, but I don't think it's really out there. It's not really distracting to the viewer, I don't think so. Now, it's so out of focus that maybe it's hard to tell the 6 lines compared to the 4 lines. Maybe that's a good thing. I'm not too sure. Anyways, you can take a look, and I think it looks pretty decent, and the viewers shouldn't be too distracted. Well, there you go. I proved that star filters are not dead. I actually did some research on star filters, and I asked some people, photographers and videographers, if they still use them, and I got crickets. Nothing. Nobody responded to me to tell me that they did use them or didn't use them. I had a feeling that these aren't the most popular things anymore. Maybe it's just not the style that people like. But for me, it was an inexpensive purchase. It came with a cool little carrying pouch. So I don't mind testing it out. And I'll keep these with me. And sometimes I'll use them. Probably not a lot of times, but they'll be instances where I really want to use these, and I'm glad that I had them. So, hope you enjoyed the video, and have fun with filters. It's not working. I gotta use the other hand. Oh, thanks guys.